Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University, Punjab. Today, we will discuss about the module History of Aviation Industry under the paper Aviation Industry, Ticketing and Frontier Formalities. After completing this module, you will be able to understand about the origin and history of aviation industry around the world, the history of aviation in India, about the modern aviation concept, about challenges conquered and improvements made by Indian aviation industry. Let us begin with the introduction. Since the beginning of the mankind, everyone wished to fly like birds. Until 100 years ago, nobody could have imagined that traveling by air would be a common phenomenon someday. It was November 27, 1783 when Montgolfier brothers for the first time successfully commuted manned ascent inside hot air balloon at France. Some of the drawings portrayed by Leonardo da Vinci in the 14th century are still there, which tells stories about history of aviation. The Wright brothers invented the first successful plane in 17 December 1903, which took a small flight that time but a great leap for future. As a result, a number of planes were used during the World War I and got better day by day over the course of time for the decades. Airships were also known for air travel, but airplanes completely took over as they got huge popularity among other modes of air travel. When people started to realize that they could travel quickly to far off cities or countries or across the globe, they started preferring to travel frequently by the air mode. Let us now discuss about the early days of aviation. Designed in the 5th century BC, kites were perhaps the first form of aircrafts. Roger Bacon, an English monk, later in the 13th century performed numerous studies and came to know that air could also support a craft just like water support boats. In the 16th century, another great contribution in the history of aviation was given by Leonardo da Vinci, who had produced air screw and parachute. He studied the bird's flight and that gave him idea to develop air screw and parachute, which later proved to be the tremendously important contributions in the history of aviation. Although the aircraft designs prepared by Leonardo were impractical, however, they were envisioned and proved vital for the growth of aviation, as he was the only first one to make scientific suggestion for the design of aircrafts. In the 19th century, as the air travel gained popularity and people started undertaking travel through air, a large number of aircraft manufacturing units came into existence and started manufacturing of airplanes. Airplanes got much attention, which gliders and balloons were unable to gather prior. Aviation industry made its mark as soon as it started to transport not only the travelers but also used to transfer cargo, air mails and weapons, etc. Let us now discuss about the history of aviation sector during the 19th century. As the air travel gained popularity and people started undertaking travel through air, a large number of aircraft manufacturing units came into existence and started manufacturing of airplanes. Airplanes got much attention, which gliders and balloons were unable to gather prior. Aviation industry made its mark as soon as it started to transport not only the travelers but also used to transfer cargo, animals and weapons, etc. One such invention during this period was the birth of Wright Company, which they formed after their 4 years of research and design efforts, which proved to be a successful effort on 17 December 1903 when they undertook the first powered flight with a 120 feet 12-second long flight. Origin of Wright Company. Right after the first successful test run of airplane, which was heavier than air, made by the Wright brothers near Kitty Hawk in North Carolina, which flew up to the height of 120 feet in 12 seconds, the commercialization of airplanes get started. The Wright brothers then established their own commercial aviation company named the Wright Company on 22nd November 1909. The first official cargo flight took place on 7th November 1910 in USA, which carried 200 pounds of silk. They used Wright Model B plane, which was manufactured by Wright Company owned by Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, Wright brothers. After the death of Wilbur Wright in the 1912, the business got stabilized. However, Orville Wright managed to produce 120 planes before the year 1950. At present, Curtiss-Wright Corporation is consolidated to Wright Company. Curtiss-Wright also produced a large number of aircraft during the Second World War and still facing some controversies due to defective designs. Dear students, now we'll discuss about the globalization of aviation industry. After the year 1915, the aviation sector started expanding at a very fast pace. In other words, we can say that the aviation has started to become a common affair as most of the countries have started to focus on aviation sector and started showing interest in aviation related affairs. An amazing development was witnessed in this sector between the years 1919 and 1926. This era is known for its record-breaking development in the aviation. The first round the world flight was made in the year 1924 from 6th April to 28th September in 1924. Another historic development in this sector took place in the year 1925 when Kelly Airmail Act was passed by US Congress, which enabled the Post Office Department to contract with air transport operators. Now we'll discuss about the development of fighter jets during the World Wars. Students, the aviation industry was not emerged well before World War I, but with a significant increase in production of propulsion engine and powerful motors, the speed of the aircraft doubled up to 130 miles per hour. Bigger engines resulted into bigger power, which made it possible to build larger aircrafts. Now soldiers were able to carry heavy weapons with essential items also. The Second World War totally changed the face of aviation industry. During World War II, USA only had 300 aircrafts, but after Hitler marched his army into Poland, the US aircraft manufacturers manufactured 50,000 new planes in one single year. Before the Second World War, aircrafts were used to carry ammunition and bombs, etc. Now they could lift troops and keep supply running and back and forth. Since then, every country is rushing for fighter jets. Even most of the ex-military planes which were used during World Wars were later used by private airlines to transport cargo as well as passengers. We can take some of the examples like large planes like B-29. The Avro Lancer was converted from bomber plane to commercial plane in 1960. Avro Lancer was built by Avro, which is a UK-based company, merged into Hawker Siddeley and later acquired by British Aerospace. B-29, manufactured by Boeing, which is an US-based company, produced 17,964 planes till December 31, 2016. Douglas DC-3 is another revolutionary US Air Force plane which was later converted into a commercial plane. It came into existence in the year 1935. These planes are still popular in the present days because of their speed, long-range travel and short runway takeoff. If we talk about the first commercial plane, St. Petersburg's Thampa Airboat Line was the first passenger commercial airline service, which started its operations on 1st January 1914 between St. Petersburg to Thampa. Right after that, people started to access air travel services. Even today, majority of foreign travelers or elite class members prefer to travel through air to save their time and money. Commercialization of aviation industry not only supported tourism sector but also helping to boost other sectors too. It has also shown a prompt growth in nation's economy, thereby providing quickest transport services nowadays for people and for cargo as well. Dear students, now we will discuss about the history of aviation in India. The history of aviation in India traces its history back from 1910 when Bhupender Singh, the then Maharaja of Patiala, ordered his chief engineer to buy 3 planes from Europe because of his keen interest in flying. In order to fulfill his interest in flying, he ordered Farman biplanes and Bleriot monoplane from Europe, which got delivered within a year to Punjab. The domestic commercial aviation also took birth in India during the year 1911, when a French pilot, Henri Piquet, flew Hummer biplane during Mahakumbh from Allahabad to Naini Junction to carry mail. To raise money for the charity during this great exhibition, Henri Piquet flew with approximately 6,500 letters from Allahabad to Naini at a distance of 6 miles for 13 minutes in front of the crowd. Britain's Imperial Airways, which is world's first officially Christian national airline, expanded its operations to India in the year 1927, as a result of which India got connected to the world through airways. If we talk about Tata's contribution to Indian aviation industry, on February 10, 1929, Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata, also known as the father of civil aviation in India, became the first Indian to get pilot's license, whereas Urmila K. Parikh was first female to get a pilot license in the year 1932, issued by Aero Club of India and Burma. J.R.D. Tata participated for Aga Khan Trophy, consisting a reward of 500 Great Britain pound by Royal Aero Club along with 2 other contestants. They were set out for flying light aircrafts consisting single engine with some instruments but with no radio support. J.R.D. Tata flew in the reverse direction and was unable to retrieve the trophy. On 15th October 1932, J.R.D. Tata successfully launched India's first scheduled airline service and named it Tata Airlines. He himself piloted the Portsmouth, which is a 3-seater single-engine British aeroplane, as Tata Airlines' first flight from Karachi to Bombay via Ahmedabad. Neville Vincent, who was a former Royal Air Force pilot and J.R.D. Tata's friend, flies the plane to Chennai via Bellary and completed the flight. During the span of next 1 year, that is till the end of the year 1933, Tata Airlines flies 155 passengers across 160,000 miles with more than 10 tons of air mails. Over the next few years, Tata Airlines generates its revenue largely from mails, common carriage, including overseas mails brought by British Imperial Airways to Karachi. Tata Airlines also launched India's longest domestic flight in a 6-seater Miles Merlin from Mumbai to Trivandrum. J.R.D. also received Bharat Ratna in the year 1992 for his glorious contribution for the expansion and development of aviation sector in India. Students, now we will discuss rise of Air India. In the year 1945, India's second domestic airline carrier Deccan Airways was founded and came into existence. Year after the foundation of Deccan Airways, Tata Airlines changed its name to Air India in 1946. Year later, in 1947, Air India, previously known as Tata Airlines, signed an agreement with Government of India with a new name Air India International Limited to operate international services. Air India was finally nationalized in the year 1953. Prem Mathur became the first Indian woman commercial pilot in 1953 when she flies the planes owned by Deccan Airways, whereas Darba Banerjee became first woman pilot of Indian Airlines in the year 1956. With the enforcement of Air Corporation Act in the year 1953, the entire airline industry was nationalized. Indian Airlines, Air India International Limited and all 8 former airlines got merged. These airlines includes Bharat Airways, Airways India, Deccan Airways, Himalayan Aviation, Indian National Airways, Air Services of India, Air India Kalinga Airlines to form a new domestic national carrier named Indian Airlines Corporation. At that time, this new venture was having an inherited fleet of 99 aircrafts, which includes 12 Vikings, 7 Douglas DC, 3 Dakotas, 3 DC-4S and 4 small aircrafts which were added to Indian Airlines. Air India International being started took over international routes, whereas Indian Airlines Corporation took over the domestic and national routes. Then the era of big planes with multiple jet engines started. The era of jet engines began in India in the year 1960 when Air India started operating its first Boeing 707-437. This was also the year when an Indian airliner connected to India to USA through air route. On 11 June 1962, Air India became world's first jet airline service. In the next 2 decades, Air India also added Airbus A310 and Boeing 747-400 improved version named as Konark to its fleet and started to operate non-stop flights from Delhi to New York. This has opened new ways of aviation industry, and since then there is a constant growth for long distance air travel. Just discuss about some of the records set by Indians in the aviation industry. Some of the records set by Indian nationals in aviation industry are as follows. In the year 1984, Rakesh Sharma became the first Indian cosmonaut to spend 8 days in space. He has also served as Air Force pilot in India. In 1985, Captain Sudhamini Deshmukh becomes the first woman to command all-women flight crew on Indian Airlines Fokker F-27 aircraft, which flew from Calcutta to Silchar. She also holds the tag of being the first woman to command Airbus A320 in 1995. She was also the first lady pilot who has flown the first Boeing 737 from Mumbai to Goa in the year 1989. Air India also set a Guinness Book of World Record for largest evacuation operation performed by any civil airlines during the war. Air India boarded near about 1,11,000 people from Amman to Mumbai in 59 days and operated around 488 flights before Gulf War. At the age of 26, Captain Nivedita Bhasin became the youngest pilot in world civil aviation history to command IC-492 from Bombay, Aurangabad, Udaipur sector on 1st January 1990. She also flown bigger planes like Airbus A300 and Boeing 787. In the year 1997, a group of Army aviation professionals decided to start a new venture as Deccan Airways Company, which later becomes the India's biggest privately owned helicopter company. On 19th November 1997, Dr. Kalpana Chawla along with her team flight in STS-87 space shuttle of NASA and thus became first Indian woman to reach to the space. Let us now discuss about the modern aviation industry. Students, aviation industry is growing rapidly over the past few decades. Innovation and technology played a vital role in the progress of modern aviation industry like turbo propeller aircraft in 1950, transatlantic jets in 1958, wide-body aircrafts and high bypass engines in 1970. Research and development in the aviation industry was a key aspect behind all these innovations. Some examples of bigger planes which are used nowadays by key airline companies are Boeing 707, Boeing 437, Airbus A380, Lockheed L1011, TriStar and Boeing 777. Introduction of wide-body aircrafts and supersonics. Pan American World Airways became the first airline company to purchase and flying the Boeing 747 in the commercial airline service in the year 1969, which was one of the revolutionary aircraft of that time. It was the first wide-body jet with 2 nacelles and 4 engines. This aircraft had a seating of more than 450 passengers and was twice as big as another Boeing jet. It also holds the record of 80% bigger than the largest jet up until that time, which was the DC-8. Recognizing the economies of scale to be gained from larger jets, the other aircraft manufacturer companies quickly followed the precedent and started manufacturing the wide-body aircrafts. Douglas built its first wide-body, the DC-10, in 1970, and only a month later Lockheed flew its contender in the wide-body market, the L1011. Both of these jets has 3 engines, one under each wing and one on the tail, and were smaller than 747 with a seating of about 250 passengers. Private jets or business jets. With the advancement of technology and innovations in aviation sector, the concept of private planes and jets started getting familiarity. At that time, only very few people can afford private jet or private planes. In 1930, Francis Whittle got patent, but his partner Hans von Ohen was the one who successfully able to take off the first private jet. Private jets cost too much, and it was just a dream for the people to own a private jet at that time. In 1950, Lockheed manufactured Jetstar, which can take 12 passengers that time, which includes 2 crew members and 10 passengers. As of now, people around the globe own more than 20,000 private jets, whereas USA alone owned more than half of this number. Government of India on 30th October 2050 announced that it seeks suggestion for National Civil Aviation Policy. On 15th June 2060, Ministry of Aviation, Government of India released its National Aviation Policy with the main goal to develop air infrastructure in 400 Tier 2 cities. Main policy areas of the policy were focused on regional connectivity, safety and security, and manufacturing under Make in India campaign. These are some trends from last 10 years. According to Airport Authority of India, compound annual growth rate in India is 11.8% in last 10 years, that is from the year 2006 to 2016, whereas 17.62% of growth was witnessed during 2015 to 16 as 223.6 million passengers traffic was noticed in 2016, which was 33.5 million more than the passenger traffic in 2015. In 2016, 1,658.35 tons of cargo domestic freight traffic grew at 8%, whereas international freight also grew at 6.1% in last 10 years. It is expected that in the next 7 years, that is up to 2023, freight traffic will grow significantly and rise up to 4.11 million tons. Nearly 3.8 million passengers travelled by air in 2016, and in the next 20 years it is expected to double its rate. International Air Transport Association has officially announced this forecast on the assumption of 3.7% annual growth. Since the inception of aircrafts, one most important aspect is air traffic control, which is built to control air traffic, prevent collisions, and provide valuable intelligence regarding weather as well as for air routes throughout the journey to the pilots. Crash and hijacking was not a new thing to the world. Other than 9/11 nightmare was unimaginable. Within a period of 2 months from this attack, US authorities signed Aviation and Transportation Security Act on 9th November 2001. It was an improved version of Act of 1990 which introduced new security procedures and gave power to Transport Security Administration. Since then, no major terrorist attack happened in USA. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have studied in this module. Aviation industry has shown immense growth since its inception. Billions of people are now enjoying air travel because of its valued services and enhanced facilities. Earlier, it was not easy to travel across multiple locations in short span of time. During 18th century, traveling abroad was only possible by covering long distances by land or water. Even faster ships took weeks to travel from one continent to another, which was reduced to a day or a half day after aviation industry flapped its wings. Since first successful ascent of Wright brothers, flight aviation sector never took a step back. World wars was the major reason for industrialization and development, but it sets new heights of aviation sector. Earlier, travel was limited to specific areas only. Few people were able to travel due to the small number of seats and less power of aircraft engines. Passengers now have the option to choose between multiple flights. They can travel into any corner around the world. The aviation industry is also became backbone of tourism industry as people love to fly in different places even in India and abroad. From Maharajas to entrepreneurs like J.R.D. Tata, everyone showed their interest in this magnificent industry. Technology replaced lengthy old-fashioned ways. Now people can book tickets, check flights, schedules and plan their complete trip in just one click. Aviation industry is expected to double its growth in the next 2 decades. With these words, thank you.